What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and finally we have us normies in the YouTube community have got our access to from EA Access. Funny enough, wish I could have got my 10 on in Florida. I've actually wasted about an hour and a half of my 10 hours of gameplay trying to get the Philadelphia Eagles Connected franchise mode up and running, and it's real buggy. Like, just for an example, I started it and Darren Sproles was an 84 and LeGarrette Blount was an 88. Then I literally messed around, tinkered around with my lineup, and then when I went back just to the main menu, Darren Sproles was now an 88 and Blount was an 83. So I'm gonna go with the impression that it's still some bugs, and for especially with the Eagles Connected franchise mode, where I'm gonna start it now or relatively early and go through the whole year of Madden 18. I might just want to wait for the best stable build if they're gonna patch anything through when the game officially comes out on Tuesday for those of us that pre-ordered it. So what's something else I can do that is worthwhile to do, as well as not as doesn't need to be as accurate as my Philadelphia Eagles Connected franchise mode, where I strive to be as accurate as possible, and that is what I'm going to be doing at least for the first month or so of the release of this game, along with realistic rebuilds, which I am going to be recording after you guys, but basically when you guys are seeing this video tonight, the first realistic rebuild, which you guys already voted on, will be recorded and it will be out on Friday, because Fridays are when the rebuilds come out. So I really wanted to do a player career. Last year we started with Christian McCaffrey on the Raiders, and it was, well received. But this is the most popular one, and I'm actually really passionate about this because I love Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M in college. I can't really speak to the off-the-field Johnny Manziel, but I do believe in terms of doing a career mode, what better guy that people want to see succeed, even if just for the on-field memories and moments that he can potentially provide, than Johnny Manziel. So we have everything here. Tyler, Texas, his actual birth date, his appearance is relatively, pretty much where he should be. They don't have his face. Obviously, they removed Johnny Manziel from the free agency list, which is, I always hate how they do that. One thing is the helmet. People, there's some of you guys out there that are diehard with the helmets. So if you know what helmet I should make for Johnny Manziel, really the only thing I could pick out was that he had a clear visor and he had these sleeves and stuff like that. But for the styles and, pretty generic. His ratings, we went from his base ratings as a rookie with some slight tweaking. His base ratings as a rookie, when we implemented them in here, he was like a 71, 72. I think it's a little too high for this, as we want to try to make it somewhat realistic. So I knocked it down to a 66. Obviously, tremendous athlete. Awareness is really low. Good throw power, good carrying. Really good running stats. Decent short throw, enough that we're going to be able to compensate and get through. 92 throw on the run, but the medium and deep and play action is where we struggle a little bit. I was considering potentially throwing him not on the Browns, but you kind of want to put him on the Browns, to be honest with you. Like, the Jets were an option, but it seems like more people than not wanted me to put him back on the Browns. Plus, we get that juicy offensive line, which would help and be conducive to his play style. And really, if Johnny Manziel does decide to come back in the NFL, why not try to redeem himself there in Cleveland? They may be more inclined to give him a shot, since they've already been in the building. And now, for Johnny Manziel motivation's sake, maybe, he sees the young quarterbacks there in Cleveland, like Cody Kessler, like Deshaun Kaiser, and he says, I'm better than them. Look at my tape at Texas A&M. I am the better quarterback. So we will be jumping right into the opening, whatever the fuck we need to do in Connected Franchise mode with Johnny Manziel. For those of you guys that are waiting for the Philadelphia Eagles Connected franchise mode, I was planning on bringing it out Saturday, but because, like I said, it's already been so glitchy and I've wasted so many time already on it, it probably will be the first thing that comes out on Tuesday when the game initially starts. I have to modify my release schedule a little bit, but we're going to be doing some Johnny Manziel to compensate for that. So let's jump right in to the regular season. Alright, so here we are in the career. I turned on Insta Starter just because, we are controlling the player, and the ratings, the base ratings on the Browns were absolutely ridiculous. Brock Osweiler was a 77. Kaiser was a 77. And there is no chance in hell that if Johnny Manziel walked in shape enough so that the Browns would re-sign him, that preseason there was not be a quarterback competition to earn that starting gig. You may have to put Cody Kessler slightly in the driver's seat there for the starter, but for the rest of it, man, I'm telling you, we're doing this. It's a little cheesy, but at the end of the day, there's no way in how these ratings correlate. So we're trying to keep it as realistic as possible, and we're gonna have to earn it. And if we start busted just playing like dead ass, we're going to have to make sure that Manziel doesn't get to play. So I figured what the best way to do this is break it in with some weekly training which I have not done forever. I figure, why not? What? Let's see Johnny Manziel. He needs to prove to everyone that he's not in the clubs. He's not using that booger sugar. It's no more snowstorms. There's a reason why Johnny Manziel has the nickname Snowman, and it's not because he likes to winter or likes to go skiing or likes to have a goddamn carrot for a nose, if you know what I'm saying. So, we're going to make sure that he busts his ass in practice. He does everything that he needs to do to get ready for this opening preseason game, as Hugh Jackson, within the realm of the storyline, has come out and said that it is anyone's gig here in Cleveland. We are uncertain about the quarterback spot, and anyone on this roster can end up being the top dog, the capitan of this damn locker room if they earn it in training and in the preseason. So first thing is first, these loading screens are long as shit, and we're still waiting. There we go. We got Johnny Manziel back in the unis, ready to do this damn thing. We got, I hope that's not Hugh Jackson. I hope EA just didn't think all black people look alike. I assume that may be the OC. Could be wrong. There's some defensive guys there. But Johnny Manziel is ready to go. So let's try to do this on the bullet touch. How we feeling here? Boom! Throw it there. Bullet pass to Corey Coleman. Since the last time Johnny Manziel has been in a Cleveland Brown uniform, you would have to say that there's a lot more talent there. David Njoku, Kenny Britt. I mean, well, obviously his buddy Josh Gordon. There's still some uncertainty there. Who knows if Josh Gordon ever wants to make a return to the... Is he out here? There's Josh Gordon! Not only... That's all. I didn't even really think about that, but that makes a whole lot of sense. Not only is Johnny Manziel back, ready to, you know, really show some faith into the Cleveland Brown organization for giving him a second chance. He also brought back Josh Gordon, who we do know. We got to remember, I know there are some people out there might not be old enough, but there was a point in time when Josh Gordon was debatably the most dominant wide receiver in the NFL. Statistically speaking, that was the case. But then you have to remember the quarterbacks that were throwing to him. Like, he had the same kind of debate that Calvin Johnson had for so long in Detroit. Calvin Johnson was regarded as one of the best wide receivers in football, and he had just shit all at the quarterback spot for really until Stafford came along. Same could be said with Josh Gordon, the fact that he was really just setting the league on fire. And I mean, I can't even right now think off the top of my head who the quarterback was during that time, as we were just ripping through these drills. The Browns quarterback back when Josh Gordon was good, like McCown maybe? Was it McCown? Dilfer? Trent Dilfer, as we're just torching this Cleveland Brown defense. New and improved. Jabril Peppers, Myles Garrett. I'm not seeing it. We're getting ready to go for 10 to 10 here, baby. Let's go Kenny Britt. Let's go Kenny Britt. Finds it between two defenders and Johnny Manziel, the only quarterback on the day to get a 10 out of 10 gold star, which has now propelled him into the starting role at quarterback for the opening preseason match against the New Orleans Saints. Here we go, Johnny Manziel on the 28 in the opening drive of his first preseason game back. He fires it in. Is that Josh Gordon? Josh Gordon! The connection is alive and fucking well, fellas. Manziel to Josh Gordon. I'm going to say get used to saying that. Thursday night prime time. Plenty of time. Excellent protection. Josh Gordon. Both these guys are looking to revive their career. It's a twofer here in the Johnny Manziel career revival. Hopefully, Josh Gordon can reap the same rewards. Excellent opening drive. Oh, no. No, bring him down. There we go. Fuck. Marshawn Lattimore, the rookie of Ohio State, with the easy, well, not easy pick, but read him like a book. At least Johnny Manziel was able to track him down like he just took his money. Show the good and the bad with Johnny Manziel. Growing pains. Growing pains for sure. Oh, that was a bad pick, man. And there you have it. That is it for the very first game, the opener, where the Browns are able to edge out the Saints 30-23. Gave Johnny Manziel the entirety of the first quarter, so still very much a quarterback competition. You know, the good and the bad. Kaiser a little bit more accurate, but he didn't have a touchdown, doesn't have the chemistry. We do have the one interception with Johnny Manziel, but we're going to look to build upon this. As now, guys, we're just going to finish up this debut episode by kind of a compilation, if you will, of the remaining preseason games, and hopefully we do enough for Johnny Manziel to maintain the starter, storyline purposes, throughout the remainder of the preseason. Oh, let's go, Manziel. Look at that. JPP can't even hold a light to him. He's so quick, and he popped He popped one of the starting linebackers for the Giants, and he's out little but mighty, is what I always say. Let's go quick slants. We're working this. We're working our way downfield. We don't want to throw an interception. We do know he's interception prone. Drop back. Boom, Britt. Teddy Britt. Opening drive touchdown. It feels a little bit sweeter as an Eagle fan. Getting that against the Giants. Piece of shit Giants. But look at that. Nice opening drive touchdown. I probably won't get much more than a quarter like we did against the Saints. But again, I think we did enough here. We had a 21-yard scramble as well to fend off competition from Deshaun Kaiser. Here we go. We're on the 15. Johnny Manziel trying to do his thing. Looks like most of the starters there for the... Oh, that was bad. Fuck. What are you doing, Johnny? You don't even get back. Oh, it's a pick six for sure. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, even though he does tackle like a newborn infant, if he gets a pick, it's probably going back to the house. Fuck. So here we go. End of the second preseason game where we fall to the New York Giants 27-20. We actually got the whole first half with Johnny Manziel. And again, I mean, you could say Kaiser, no turnovers, but he didn't put any points up on the board. Johnny Manziel, 112 yards, touchdown, interception, but also, look at the rushing yards. 102 rushing yards. When he saw open lane, he took it. You're not getting that from Deshaun Kaiser, even though he is kind of athletic. This is kind of a one-sided QB battle in my biased opinion. Let's jump into week number 3 of the preseason. Keep on going strong, holding on to QB1. All right, in a game here, finally, a victory, 2-1 against the Tampa Bay Bucks, where we played a full 3 quarters. I can admit, not the strongest performance, where you got Kaiser, who had the actual touchdown, 5 of 6. I mean, we were efficient, no turnovers for Johnny Manziel passing the ball. But again, you get that added just ability from Johnny Manziel running the ball. 9 rushes, 72 yards. You're not going to get that from Kaiser. But I would say, you know, first 2 games, you'd probably give it to Manziel because he was able to put points up on the board. But there you got Kaiser. Okay, we'll give him, it's 2-1 for the starting gig opening week. Come on, Josh. Go, boom, there we go, bounce back. Oh, he didn't, what the fuck? He didn't get his feet in. Come on, dog, let's go. On to 14, 2nd and 10. We're going to get this touchdown. We need to balance out, make up for that interception. No points lost. Chicago equally sucks, so we don't have to worry about... let's take off. Let's take off. Battles for the first down. There we go. Johnny Manziel up to the 3-yard line. You know, the smart play would be to let the running back just pound it in. But we are fighting for our QB starting life here. Let's see if we can try to throw it in. We got Britt. We got Njoku. We have Corral at the backfield if we need it. Not seeing a whole lot. We're going to take off and scramble. Johnny Manziel takes it off himself. Of course, look at that. Actually kind of does the money thing a little bit. That's dope. Let's go. All right, we were able to win that game and go to 3-1 on the preseason, and those are all 3-1 in games that Johnny Manziel did start. Go to the QB comparison. Obviously, we had the turnover for Johnny Manziel. A little bit more accurate for Kaiser, but again, he's not putting points on the board through his arm. Look at that, running the ball. Duke Johnson had a good game, but look at that. Johnny Manziel, we get that 1 rushing touchdown to make up for it. It may look a little better at the very end once we pop out of this. We look at the final preseason stats. I don't even know if they fucking have that. But we will do that, and then we will set up the private for episode 2, which will be coming sooner than later. So here's a quick comparison of the stats throughout the preseason. 422 yards passing. We got 1 touchdown, no picks for Deshaun Kaiser. We got 387 yards passing here for Manziel, with less attempts, mind you. 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So the turnovers, a little bit worrisome. We got sacked 10 times, so you kind of get that with a mobile quarterback. But then when you bring in the rushing yards, he led the team in rushing yards, 236 yards, and had a touchdown as well. So the offense clearly moved better with Johnny Manziel, but it is a boom or bust approach. But all we need to know is heading into week number 1, who is going to be the starter. And here we are, week 1. Let's act like we don't know, fellas. Let's act like this is just immerse yourself in the story. After being incredibly explosive, boom or bust, Hugh Jackson, according to the day 1, week 1, regular season depth chart, your starter is Johnny Manziel. We've been able to bump him from a 68 to a 69. We're going to make sure he stays out the clubs, stops getting drunk, stops doing drugs, stops railing just filthy trailer trash Ohio chicks left, right, and center. And he gets better. He continues to develop, and he can lead this Cleveland Browns team whose ambitions, whose outlook for the upcoming season aren't looking too spectacular. People are saying right now 2 to 3 wins for the Browns. We're going to do everything in our power with Johnny Manziel, the career revival, to bring the Cleveland Browns back to being at least mediocre. You know, that's our bottom tier goal. Thank you guys for watching the debut episode of the career revival of Johnny Manziel. Again, originally I was planning on doing the Philadelphia Eagles Connected franchise mode, but it seems a little bit buggy, so we're going to have to wait till Tuesday. So until then, it's going to be a mix of this and some other Madden 18 quick type videos, stuff like that. So if you guys are new and you want to subscribe, get on the ride now for the Madden 18 season here on Beast Mode TV. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Again, not a great idea of the format of these videos because it was 4 games condensed into 1. But these videos will strive and grow based off of the feedback and support of you guys. So I imagine it should be alright. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hope you guys are enjoying your Madden if you had EA access. And C4 saying I'll catch you on the next one.